Florida, a place whose state bird is the movie Bad Boys 2. With President Trump accusing Democratic states of being too soft on political protesters, the Republican governor of Florida is now taking steps to ensure that that will never happen in his state.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis moving to crack down on people who resort to violence during protests. On Monday, he unveiled a proposal for a new law called the Combating Violence, Disorder, and Looting and Law Enforcement Protection Act.
Yeah, the bill would increase penalties for crimes committed during protests, and it would withhold state funding for any local municipalities that defund the police. There is also a measure calling for drivers to not be charged should they happen to kill or injure a protester with their vehicles while fleeing for safety from a mob. The proposal would also make participating in a violent protest a third-degree felony, and protesters who destroy public property could also face felony charges.
The American Civil Liberties Union says the bill could unfairly lead to people who are not participating in violence being arrested and charged with those felonies.
All right, there's a lot going on in this bill. First of all, as the ACLU points out, this bill could make it a felony to be at a protest where anyone else at the protest commits a crime, which is an amazing double standard if you ask me. So if anyone in a protest gets violence, then everyone at the protest is a criminal? But if a police officer beats someone at that protest, well, he's just a bad apple. You can't blame the whole police force for that. It's just a few bad apples, am I right? Also, let's be real. Saying that anyone is now free to kill protesters with their car if they were fleeing from a mob is just going to give people license to run down protesters whenever they want. This is basically stand your ground, but for cars. And I know for a fact, I don't want to get run over because someone is sick of waiting in protest traffic. No, if I'm getting run over, it's because James Corden wasn't paying attention during carpool karaoke. That's a fun way to die. And I've never seen a thing. The truth is, if anyone is in danger here, it's the protesters, not the drivers. In fact, at the height of protests this year, drivers in the US hit protesters with their cars 66 times. And so apparently the response to this from the governor of Florida is, well, this thing's getting really popular, we better legalize it. So Republicans are replacing RBG. Coronavirus deaths are only going up, and in Florida, pretty soon it's going to be legal to play GTA in the streets. And with all this craziness going on in the world, you probably wish that you could just hop on a plane and take a long flight to an exotic vacation. Well, here's a solution to the first half of that problem.
It may have been the fastest selling flight in Qantas history, a 7-hour trip around Australia, where you don't get off the plane at all. Demand is high. Tickets sold out in just 10 minutes. The date of this flight to nowhere and back is October the 10th, and the plane is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, one usually reserved for international travel. This time, though, it's a long, local cruise. Flights like these have become more common in recent months. In July, Taipei's Songshan Airport began the first of 3 flights to nowhere, where passengers got on board a plane and it never actually took off. Royal Brunei Airlines did a dine and fly sightseeing tour in August. And Singapore Airlines is reportedly considering a new route as well, to nowhere.
Hold up. So you buy a plane ticket, go to the airport, and then 5 hours later you're at the same airport? Guys, LaGuardia has been offering that for years. Not to mention, this seems like a giant FU to climate change and Greta Thunberg. All right? People were like, look, Greta, we don't want to pollute the sky, but sometimes you have to fly. And now people are like, yeah, I don't have to go anywhere, okay? I just want to watch Big Bang Theory on a really tiny screen. Sheldon is so funny. Wait, is that Sheldon? Yeah, I think it's Sheldon. I mean, I guess the one upside of this is that you don't have to bring any luggage. Although knowing most airlines, they'll still figure out a way to lose your luggage anyway. But I don't get it. I left my luggage at home. I didn't bring luggage. Yes, I understand, sir. And now that luggage is somehow in Malaysia. We'll give you a $25 voucher to buy yourself an outfit, and we'll call you when the bags arrive, okay?